Greetings, this is Reporter TV and I'm Natsana with the news. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs stated that Ethiopia did not invite Eritrean troops to engage in Tigray region during the government's law enforcement operation. In a weekly presser, spokesperson of the ministry, Dina Mufti, told journalists that there was no official military agreement that existed between the two countries. He added that Ethiopia has not made an official invitation for Eritrean troops to be involved in Tigray region. According to Dina Mufti, following rocket launches carried out by the defunct Tigray People's Liberation Front TPLF to Asmara, Eritrean troops positioned on the porous border area of the two neighboring countries could have possibly moved into Ethiopian territory. However, Dina chose not to explicitly determine whether Eritrean troops have been involved or not. Calls from international rights organizations and governments continue to demand the withdrawal of Eritrean troops from Tigray region. Recently, Amnesty International, the United Nations Commission on Human Rights, the European Union, the United States and others lamented the involvement of Eritrean forces in the region. The statement released by the Office of the Prime Minister on Wednesday underscored the deliberate and dreadful attack on the northern command of the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, which brutally killed the ultimate guardians of the Constitution, is a crime of high treason under the laws of the land. The statement further indicated that no individual or entity, nationally or internationally, is above the laws of the land, and the government of Ethiopia realizes its duties of upholding the law and protecting the country. Ethiopia's government has also rejected any partisan interventions and politically motivated campaigns against its administration, as Sisai Sahalu reports. Human Rights Watch reports Eritrean armed forces massacred scores of civilians, including children as young as 13, in the historic town of Aksum in Tigray region in November 2020. The latest report was released on Thursday from the organization's office in Nairobi, a week after the other New York-based rights organization, Amnesty International, published almost a similar report in a similar fashion. Human Rights Watch revealed that Ethiopian and Eritrean forces indiscriminately shelled Aksum, killing and wounding civilians, particularly on November 19. The report stated that after Tigray militia and Aksum residents attacked Eritrean forces on November 28, Eritrean forces, in apparent retaliation, fatally shot and instantly executed several hundreds of residents, mostly men and boys, over 24 hours of period. In the meantime, the report also urged the United Nations to probe war crimes as well as possible crimes against humanity. The report, which also mentions the Amhara regional forces as one of the allied forces to the Ethiopian military, along with Eritrean troops, further pointed out that the alleged attacks in the holy city of Aksum followed weeks of fighting between the stated allied forces against forces affiliated with the region's former ruling party, the Tigray Liberation Front TPLF, last week, especially following Amnesty International's report released on February 26. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ethiopia announced that it would thoroughly investigate events in Aksum and expressed readiness to collaborate with international human rights experts, as Jonas Abi reports. Members of the Addis Ababa City Council have cried foul over the surging crimes in the capital, including the shocking trend of child abduction. During the City Administration Council's 8th-year second regular session, members of the council asked the city administration why it failed to arrest the rise in crime rates. Many residents and parents have also been expressing their concerns over the safety of children. Recently, police disclosed that it had received a growing number of calls of child abduction in various neighborhoods. This is in addition to the increase in the number of other crimes, including vehicle theft and robbery-related killings. Deputy Mayor of Addis Ababa City Administration, Addis Ababa, blamed imbalance of the existing policing security force with the ever-expanding city as a contributing factor for the surging crimes, including the shocking trends of child abduction in the capital. Accompanied by Jandra Rabbai, Adanech told members that the security forces are working hard to ensure the safety and security of the town, closely collaborating with their people more than any time. In her 6 months performance report, Adanet indicated that operations carried out in the aftermath of the law enforcement operation in Tigray led to the seizure of 90 explosives, 944 Kalashnikov rifles and other types of guns, and 693 pistols, as Yonasabi reports. A new report reveals that the Addis Ababa Light Railway, which functions under the auspices of the Ethiopian Railway Corporation, incurred 4.6 billion birr in losses in its first 4 years of operation, forcing it to borrow money from the state-owned Commercial Bank of Ethiopia to repay its loan. A new performance audit undertaken by the Auditor General assessed the finance management system and service efficiency of the light railway between 2015-2016 and 2018-2019. The audit found that it paid $2.8 million in fines due to its inability to pay its loan on time to Chinese Exim Bank during the 4-year period. Built at a cost of $475 million, the railway became operational almost 6 years ago. While 85% of the project's cost was covered by the Chinese bank, the remaining came from the capital of the federal government. Ever since it started operation, the Ethiopian Railway Corporation has been paying its debt by borrowing from Commercial Bank in a form of corporate bond. Nevertheless, it has been struggling to pay the loan due to its low rate of return. According to the Auditor General, the management of the corporation explained foreign currency shortage, coupled with the difficulty of getting returns on such public projects, have undermined its attempt to service its debt, as Samson Brahani reports. That was all for today. For more information, please visit our website, thereporterethiopian.com.